Mr. Reed is paying, but somehow the money is going into escrow and not to Miss Ming. There may be an issue of TANF going on, but I just want to make sure that um, that gets resolved.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good
So
morning.
I'm not on TANF. However, I did receive, I guess the payment for September and then 180 for October.
Right.
So those finally came through.
Okay.
But the rest, the escrow, I don't know if we have to wait to go to court on that or how does that work? But I only received 180 for October.
Okay, so something has been released then. Okay,
Right.
that's what I needed to know. Okay, and Mr. Reed, I don't know if you stopped with that in consideration or whether you're continuing to make payments.
You asking the question?
Yes, yes. Are you continuing to make payments?
Oh, I made the last payment
When was
last
that?
uh 2 weeks
The
ago.
last one that I'm showing is September 7th for $301.50. Have you paid since then?
Yeah, yeah, I have. I paid after the last quarter.
Yeah, Your Honor, we have the 1020. The 1020
I'm
is
sorry?
$180. That's what Ms. Ming
Okay.
received.
Okay. So, Mr. Reed, are you going to make up that difference?
Um, well, I had to go get a paternity check, but we got a custody. Our custody court date is on the 5th of December.
Okay, but yeah,
So
that won't have anything to do with this. You
it
know.
does because the reason I'm saying that is because I had to get a paternity test, and I had to pay for that, so that's why I was saying that was my
Oh,
point.
okay. Okay. So, you do have a difference for October, and then you're going to have to be making that November payment. Are you going to be able to get caught up?
Um, I'm not sure. I don't even know what I oh, I have to go to the child support office.
Okay. Well, I do recommend that you get caught up before you go into court on a custody case because that is always taken into consideration when somebody is moving forward with court. So I'm not sure when your court date is, but
December 5th.
I'm sorry.
December 5th.
Okay, so you need to make it a goal to get caught up with everything by then, um, or else it's not going to look well for you for that hearing. Okay, so Ms. Ming, when did you receive the 180?
The ending of last month.
Okay, so that was in October. Okay, so you've got a November payment that needs to get caught up as well as that difference for October. Your child support is 286 with the arrearage. So I just want you to keep that in mind because
Your Honor, the case notes say that looks like it's probably a contempt hearing on November 16th, 9
oh,
o'clock for Judge Barry. Looks like it's going to be a Zoom hearing.
okay. So are both of you aware of that hearing?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
I wasn't aware of it. So November 16th at 9 o'clock.
I received a letter in the mail I think 2 days ago.
On 1027, the office mailed a copy to you, Ms. Ming.
Okay.
I went in to tell them, but they didn't know they had served me, and I had to let them know they had already served me, so they didn't even know.
Mhm.
That's what office.
Okay. Okay. So, but I do recommend that both of you be present for that so that you can get some of these issues resolved. So I am going to do a reset. Let's see if your next hearing, I'm sorry, did you say December 5th?
Yes.
Okay, so Miss Lanier, can you tell me what my second Friday in, no, it would be the third Friday in December. Stephen Berry and Toby Howard. I believe I had both of you present.
I don't know what happened to Stephen, but I see he left court.
Really? What is
Yeah,
going on
I don't know
today?
what
Yeah,
happened,
I
but
saw his name.
He just joined back in, Judge. He's just going in and out with his phone, but he's back in.
Okay, okay. And I'm not sure if there's something going on with the internet today. So, Mr. Berry? I need both of you to be able to be seen on the camera. Their telephones. So do I have Mr. Berry?
It seemed like he logged out again.
He did. So, I mean, what does that mean on my end, Judge? Because he's not helping me at all.
Yeah, I do see that we don't have any payments on this particular case.
All I get from him is saying that he's trying to get back on his feet, or and he's been doing that since our son been born.
Okay.
My son is 7.
Okay. I see him trying to come in. So let me go ahead and okay, Mr. Berry, can you show yourself on the camera? Mr. Berry, you need to turn on your camera. Mr. Berry, if your phone is here, then you can turn on your video. I need you to go ahead and turn on your video so that you can be sworn in. Okay, because this is really wasting a lot of time.
Yes, sir.
And it looks, did it fall out again? Okay. I'm sorry, Miss Howard. I'm just gonna have to move you.
I can wait. I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying right here.
Okay. I'm going to move you to the end of the calendar and we'll just have to see. Now I see his name again, but Mr. Berry, you do have to show your face and I have to get you sworn in. Okay, so I'm going to move to position number 2, Mr. Brown and Miss Corrado. I did see Miss Corrado is present and I don't believe Mr. Brown has answered the calendar yet this morning. I do see that a payment came in for October. Miss Corrado, did you receive that?
I did.
Okay.
Your Honor, another payment came in 11/2/264.
Oh, okay. So he is caught up for October and November. Actually, he paid in September, so we do have September, October, and November. Miss Corrado, what has been the habit for him? Does he usually stay on force for a while?
No. So that's my fear, is that this kind of put a little bit of fire under him and made him pay. But I'm afraid that once all of this is said and done, he'll resort back. So with that being said, what are my options moving forward if he does miss another payment?
Well, at some point I will have to dismiss this case. Right now, I'm inclined to put it back on for my calendar in December. What is my first Friday in December? I think it's December the 1st, right?
That is correct, Judge.
Okay, so I'm inclined because, he was able to pay this one at the beginning of the month. So if we can get that one at the beginning of the month, we'll establish some consistency. And then if I can get him to show up in court, can you update me, Ms. Corrado? What type of job does he work? Were we not able to do an income deduction order?
Yeah, when you asked him, when he was on the last call, I was unaware of whatever job he had mentioned, but he did say that you had asked him and he said that he was unable to do a deduction.
Oh, okay.
When this dog saw the gift her grandma got her, she drove
okay, keep your phones on mute if you're not in the middle of the hearing, please. Okay, so I'm going to reset you to 12/1, and right now it looks like we're doing good because we're getting our monthly amount. So I'm trying to get him to get used to consistently paying that, and in the future we'll just look at a dismissal. Okay.
That sounds good. Thank you,
Miss Corrado. You are dismissed.
Jamal Brown is here as well.
Oh, Jamal. Oh,
yes, I'm here.
Wow. Welcome to the party.
Okay. Okay, just be patient. I'll have to. Okay. Oh, Jamal Brown is on the same case. Okay. So, Mr. Brown, what was the reason that you can't do an income deduction order?
I didn't hear you.
What was the reason? Why is it that we can't get an income deduction order? What type of work do you do?
Home care. So basically, I can see if I can get one from my employer.
Oh, well, that's what we would want. So can you give your employer information to Ms. Cartson in the chat right now so that we can start the process of getting that established?
Angelica Hart.
I'm sorry.
Angelica Hart.
Oh, give it. Okay, it's a lawn care service.
I think we already have that anyway.
Okay, can you encourage your employer to respond to the court and get that set up? Okay, you did make your payment, so this isn't an issue of abandonment. We just want to make sure that we can get these monies paid timely each month and not have situations where you're stopping.
Well,
Okay.
that won't happen. That situation won't happen again anyway. No.
Okay, so you've been reset for December the 1st, and we'll evaluate at that time. So at this time, you are dismissed. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, so I'm showing that the last payment received was in October for $81.22. Did you make another payment since then, Mr. Clark?
Well, I supposed to pay. I honestly thought my court date was the 5th. So I was trying to, I know you said, because when I make a payment, it divides the money. So that was the issue last time. I didn't know it would divide because I go on her, you know, like when you punch in, I go to her account and send the money directly. But the money was divided.
It's going to split. Yeah, it's going to split automatically. That's the way it works.
I honestly thought that it was for the 5th because I know when you pay, they charge you to pay it and all that. So I really didn't have a lot of money. So I was waiting until the 4th to make the full payment because I was borrowing the rest of the money the day by the 3rd. But it ended up being the day for the 3rd. So what I did, I just made the payment the day of what I had already before I got the rest of the money of $225 this morning. So I thought I was gonna have the rest of it before the 5th, but I didn't know the court date was today until she texted me the other day and told me, "Oh, I'll see you in court."
I've been calling you all week. It's been weekly. I'm tired.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Okay, hold on. Okay, Ms. Carson, are you seeing this money?
Yes, I see it. I see where it's split in the cases.
And you can see the
$70 went to the other, but no, I wouldn't have anything if he went in there.
Okay.
Yesterday or today.
I got the receipt to show why I just made the payment.
Okay. So when are you going to be able to get caught up with this, or can you do an income deduction order?
Ma'am.
Are you able to do an income deduction order?
No, ma'am. You remember last time I was letting you know that I let you know that I had lost my job because you know it showed where I filed the deduction order for the job, but I was already a temp on the job. So when I guess they never did the deduction order. That was last time.
Okay, so I understand that, you know, Mr. Clark, but you're supposed to always be looking for another job. So what are you doing?
Like now I'm in a but what I did, I went for a job for the city, but I failed the what it is. I failed my vision and my blood pressure thing. So I had to retake it. So that's what I'm doing now. So that's what I'm going through right now. But I did have the job, but I failed my the physical. So that's why they rescheduled me for the physical. But I put in, so I don't put in for 3 more jobs. Like now, one of the jobs is considered like the job I filed for is considered my license and all. So now they spend my license. So I'm trying to keep everything paid up. And it's not like I just don't be doing that. No, I have not really. I didn't pay that too much after that. But like we did not the only kid we have. We have another child also, which
dang, and then you don't watch him. You know,
my other child, he had just had a birthday party. I just spent $300 on that, which I know it don't matter, but I'm just saying she know I just paid for his birthday party also for $300, and plus child support payment, plus keep my license, plus keep a job, plus I got 3 years to stay with me.
Okay, Mr. Clark, I understand, but you've got to understand that, you know, there is an expectation that you've got to stay current on child support. Comes before birthday parties, anything else going on. So you need to find a second job if need be, because if you've got responsibilities that are going to split up that payment, that's the only way you're going to get beyond this. Okay,
well, Mr. Clark, your license is due to be suspended 11/5.
Okay, so you need to go on, you need to run on in there and find out what you need to do to keep your driver's license from being suspended. And you need to take care of that.
That's what it is. It's a driving job. So that's what I'm doing. I had to just go file for my Class B license. Just because it's going to be a truck driver. So I just filed for my Class B license. I'm going through that. Then I failed my physical. And plus, I'm not stopped looking anyway, but I'm still paying what I can pay. And I'm not I'm trying to pay. So if I got the money, I don't mind paying it.
Okay, and I'm trying to work with you, Mr. Clark. That's why, I'm not putting it into abandonment. I understand that you're trying to work to get things straightened out right now.
Yes, ma'am.
But you're gonna have to, work a little harder and faster because 11/5 is right around the corner. You do not want them to know that you have issues that your driver's license can be suspended. So you need to go on in there, as soon as possible and take care of whatever child support needs you to do in order to keep your driver's license active. So I'm going to reset you until 12:15. Yes, Miss Ridley?
Because I feel like this is my case and I need to talk, and it seems like you just going by, you just going by the excuses he's giving and that's being fine. But if you look at my child support case, $18,000. That's way for one. That's way.
I understand that,
that's
and I
way
can't.
Too much for two. The little payments that he keeps giving is like only time he waits to the last day. I can't wait to the last day to decide when I'm gonna take care of our child, when I'm gonna provide shelter. So when we come here, he give you this excuse and you go for it. And you keep resetting. This like the fourth reset for $18,000.
And that's not at all unusual, Miss Ridley. If you can just listen to me. I do not manage the arrearage. The arrearage is managed by Superior Court. It just tells me that he has not been paying, which is important to know, but I can't correct that situation. What I'm trying to do is get your current child support moved forward. It's not going to do anything. My choices in the matter are very, very limited. It's not going to do anything for you or the child if I put him in jail at this point in time when he's trying to get things worked out. That's why I'm doing another reset. The goal is to get things back on track so that we can get support for your child. It's not just about, making sure that, he has to pay for, the past and that $18,000. Okay, so I've done a reset for December the 15th so that we can make sure that you continue to get some money. Okay, and then we'll see where things are.
Okay, not trying to cut you off. I understand since you limited, and it's another court that I could go to that can do more. How can I get my case moved to the Superior Court? Because I don't looked it up and did my research. It's over a past amount that he could go for contempt of court in the state court. So could you transfer it, or do I have this something I have to go down there and do? Because I'm not going to continue to go for the little $75 or $80 through this system. So it's because it's my case. I want to get it to the big court case move, and I don't want to put him in jail or nothing. I don't want to see him nothing like that. But I do want him he could pay a little more, because far as time babysitting, that's something I'm still paying until we go to court, and babysitting costs. And we have 2 kids, and I'm paying this weekly weekends, and he's not doing nothing. He's so busy claiming that he's looking for jobs. He can't even get the kids. So I'm tired.
Carson, can she do that through you?
It's Fulton County, so she'd have to go to Fulton County.
Oh, okay. Fulton County Superior Court is where you'd have to go. You might want to look it up online, find Fulton County Child Support Enforcement, and find out what they will need from you before you make.
Is the phone breaking up?
Judge, you went out.
Superior Court. Okay.
I'm sorry. The phone, it had blanked off, and the only thing I heard was you might want to, and then I ain't hear nothing else.
Oh, kind of blanked out again. Okay. So you do have to go to Fulton County Superior Court so that you can work towards that arrearage. But I'm just letting you know, I don't want you or the child to go without any money. So in the interim, while you're waiting for that to start, I'm keeping your case going. You do have that next calendar on the 15th of December so that we can do everything possible to keep money.
And what would be the payment on the 15th and not the little $72? Because it's nothing. Like, what would we need to pay and need to be full if not? Because when it's at December the 15th, this let be our last day, and I have that payment. Because then Christmas, it would be around Christmas. It would be around.
He has to pay $260, and that would be for December, and then he needs to get caught up with his $260 payment for November.
So there'll be like,
which I believe he's paid part towards, but we need
just $72. You said how much it was?
It was more than that to you, ma'am.
Because I don't see nothing.
To the other parent.
I'm trying to see what he would need to be paid by December the 5th. This is gonna be our last court date because I'm already going out to the big court.
It's hard for me to say because we don't have all of the money posted yet, but I can tell you it's going to be $260 for December and whatever that difference is for November. But he is going to have to make some type of payment that's going to go towards you because he's got a situation where his driver's license is going to be suspended on the 5th. So I can tell you that if you're going to get, you know, probably, I'm not going to say you're not going to get caught up with the 18,000, but you are going to get some child support prior to that. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss both of you, and I will see you again on the 15th of December. Okay. Next, I've got.
Thank you. I'll be going to the big courthouse. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay. Sorry. Okay. The problem in your case is that he is making payments, but they are so low that
that honestly just happened. Like prior to that, nothing. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure he got the notice in which kind of encouraged him to go ahead and make a payment. But that's the only.
Oh, no. I believe his are coming directly out of his paycheck. Is that right, Ms. Carson? So what that means is that his income is very low, and that's why you're getting such low payments, but they are regular. So, I mean, I'd like to have the opportunity to talk to Mr. Deal because, to be honest with you, I can't really do anything at this point because his payments are coming in. But I'm going to have to go ahead.
No, I get what you're saying, but like when I say that literally just started, like within the last 2 weeks, just started.
Okay. Well, I'm showing 1013, 1020, 1027, and you're probably going to be getting, you know, something today or in the next few days. So, you know, it is regular, but the problem is that it doesn't, even all of these payments together don't appear to be able to meet the $139 payment that he has. What? So somehow we're going to have to get.
Did they reduce it because it's supposed to be 193?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say?
139.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just dyslexic this morning. Yeah, it is 193. But you know, so somehow or other he needs to either start working a second job or he needs to work more hours so that you can get your child support payments. So I'm going to reset you to December the 1st to see if we can get him to appear. Do you hear from him at all?
My daughters do. He is not, he doesn't communicate with me, but I will reach out to his mother because they share a household and let her know.
Okay. If you could do that and help things along, I would appreciate it because we do need to see if we can get those payments increased. Okay. So I'm going to dismiss you. Have a good weekend, and we're still working for you. Okay. From Miss Lowe?
Thank you. You have a good one.
No.
You too. Bye bye. No.
Ready?
And Mr. Freeman, have you heard from Miss Lowe?
Last time I spoken to her, it was in reference of getting my son. Last time we were at the last time we were here was on September 15th. I informed you that I was possibly going to be getting arrested. That actually did happen. I got arrested on September 18th, and I was released on a bond on an ankle monitor on October 26th. And then now we have to go to trial, and because she's not a witness in the trial, I'm not sure if she wants to be saying any more statements because of how my case is the reason why I wasn't making any payments.
Okay, now you do understand you are still obligated for child support.
Yes, ma'am.
No matter what's going on.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. I know I'm still obligated. The issue was the fact of I was incarcerated on, like I said last time, I was incarcerated on November 8th all the way until now. I'm finally out. I'm out, however, still on the ankle monitor, but I'm finally able to
what
be
I'm
out.
Do, because I know, you know, you've got to kind of reestablish and find another job. So I'm going to reset you until December the 15th. Do you know at all when this other hearing is supposed to take place?
Yes, my hearing is actually trial. Trial is on the November 29th is when trial is going to take place. I question as well. I need a recording of the last hearing that took place on September 15th. How do I go about getting that? Because, like I said, she's kind of part of the criminal case due to the actions, and so I need that just in case she doesn't show up.
And honestly, I'm not sure how that's done. Why don't you call our court, or can you communicate with Miss Lanier via chat, and she might be able to provide you with some information, but I'm not sure that we can provide that, but she'll be able to let you know. Okay, yes, so I'm going to dismiss you until December the 15th.
Okay.
We have our next hearing. And okay, did Mr. James ever appear? No. Okay. Child support, can you tell me if I see this as an establishment case, so is anything else set for this matter?
Yes. This one, this is James in Redmond, right? I was typing from the other case.
Yes.
The child requires establishment of paternity. We do not have service. He failed to show for his office appointment. So at this point, they're still trying to serve him.
It's been 2 years. He is not cooperating with child support. He is running from child support. He will not be served. So yeah, my hands are tied. From my understanding, I would have to hire a private attorney, a private investigator, which I don't mind doing that. But it's only so much that child support can do with Mr. James. Because again, my son is 2 years old, and I've been going back and forth with child support, trying to serve Mr. James, trying to get him to voluntarily come into the office, do the paternity testing and all of that, and it's been unsuccessful. So, like I said, they told me yesterday, Ms. Waters at the DeKalb County informed me that I would have to hire a private investigator to get him served, because they have more footwork that they can sit and watch the home and watch him and serve him. So they're not DeKalb is not going to do that. Child support is not going to do that. So I would have to hire somebody to do that. So that's what if we're not going to establish anything today with Mr. James, that's fine. I've already contacted a private investigator to pursue that issue.
Okay, and I'm not going to deny it's going to take a minute. So I'm inclined to move you to what is my second Friday in January? Well, I keep saying that wrong because I'm actually the third Friday. So what is the third Friday in January, Miss Lanier?
January the 19th.
Okay, so I'm going to set you to January the 19th so that we can hopefully get the service by then and get things moving in the right direction. Okay, so Ms. Redmond, write that date down, and we'll just move forward at that time. You know,
my husband's right here. He's notating it.
I'm sorry?
I said my husband's right here. He's notating it.
Okay, that's great. Okay, then. Thank you very much, and we'll see you then.
Oh, no, I got another case. He's here with Mr. Price. I have another case here with Mr. Price. He's here. We're both here.
Oh, with Mr. Wait a minute. Do you know what number it is?
Carlton Ivory Price. He's here.
13.
Okay, and then this one.
Your Honor, this is a little bit complicated. She has a New York order. It's being set up right now. So she does have an order in place. He's supposed to be paying $207.83 a month.
I would like to chime in.
We haven't, let me finish. We haven't received a payment since 3/19/17. It was noted that it was supposed to be $217, but the $10 was towards $82 in DNA fees. So it's actually $207.83 a month.
Okay. So Miss Redmond, what were you going to say?
So she is correct. It is a New York order. However, Mr. Price has been down here for about a decade. I had the agreement with him that as long as he's taking care of his children, that he didn't have to pay any child support. And he was doing that while he was married. However, him and his wife has been separated for years. Our children still visits with her and spend time with her. However, Mr. Price doesn't bother to get the kids or do anything for the kids. When school
Your
started,
Honor, she keeps them away from me.
When school started, I asked
Mr. Price, can you turn on your camera, please? Because I wasn't even aware that you were here.
When school started,
okay. Hold on, Miss Redmond. I need both of you to raise your right hand.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have your hand up, Mr. Price? I can't see it.
I ain't gonna lie.
Mr. Price, I can't see your hand. Can you put your hand up in the camera? There we go. Okay. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Mr. Price, turn off your mute. I have to audibly hear it.
I do.
Okay, great. Okay, so Mr. Price, what is the reason why you are not paying child support?
Ma'am, I have documentation where from New York State that this has no value. I owe nothing to New York State. It was closed back in 2014.
Are you sure it was closed? We don't stop
Yes,
child
ma'am.
support
I
if the
have the
child is under
paperwork.
the age of 18. We simply
No,
transfer
I
it to
have
the
the
next
paperwork.
state.
There's nothing owed to New York State. I
That
talked
may
to
be
Georgia.
true.
There's nothing owed to Georgia. I have no active order against me. Right now, we are in court for custody. There shouldn't even be a case for child support because that is still pending. And she knows that. So all of this is made up.
Okay.
She hand
So
wrote
let
this
me,
and
okay,
told this all up.
hold on, Mr. Price. Can you update me, Ms. Carson?
Well, Your Honor, that doesn't sound quite right because, as you said, it doesn't get canceled. And we have the New York order, and we're setting up to register it in the state of Georgia. And it may be that he doesn't owe anything to New York, and New York closed it because it's going to be enforced now here in Georgia. And they would have told him there weren't any arrears because it hasn't been set up yet. So there may be some arrears, but they're not on the system yet.
Okay, so Mr. Price, I think to clarify things for you, you probably need to make a visit to the child support office because the last thing that you want to do is bring a custody case while you're not paying child support. That is not going to be favorable for you. So I would recommend that you go ahead and $83 as soon as possible so that you can be looking your best if you're trying to do anything with regards to custody. Okay, you can unmute him now because I need to hear what the response is. Unless that's you who muted yourself. Mr. Price, can you
Yes,
unmute?
Your Honor, myself and my lawyer, we are on this. There is nothing. We went to child support. There's nothing owed. We are trying to determine all of this right now. So for her to add this all up, and mind you, ma'am, 2014, when she started this, my wife and I moved here. 2 days later, we were in possession or custody of the two children up until just last year, fully in our house, taking care of them without any help from her. So all of this is being handled in court and custody, and proof has been given that she was not involved in their life for all those years.
Okay,
so all these years she's saying I don't owe anything because we were taking care of them.
Okay, so I'm not going to I'm not going to dispute what was owed in the past. However, if she is taking care of the children or the child today, then she is, and you have an open case. Well, that's the question. Ms. Carson, do we have an open case?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so if we have an open case, then you have to resume paying child support.
Can I please speak?
Yes, Ms. Redmond.
Thank you. Okay. He is lying. He has not been with his wife in over 5 years. She's staying in Gwinnett County. When they separated, she still had the children because I was pregnant. So as far as what he's saying, he did nothing. We both still. I will give you her number. You can call her right now because she just called me. So that's what I'm trying to. But all in all, my children, our two girls, he has not done anything for. He moved from New York to keep from paying child support. Yes, we are in the middle of a custody. I have not received anything stating that a child support order is closed. I do know when he leaves New York is to be transferred to Georgia. Carlton is in the arrears of over $30,000 and does not pay anything. He has not paid anything for the children. And that's my issue right now because when school started, they have their own phones. I asked him to contact.
Okay. So now hold on.
Please let me talk.
Well, I don't want to get into too much of the past because it's not relevant for right now. What I want Mr. Price to know is that if Miss Redmond is taking care of the children today, she is entitled to money today. Now, the arrearages and everything else that you're talking about, that's going to have to be handled in the other court case. But you have an open child support case that provides that you're supposed to be paying $207.83.
Can you please tell me?
Oh, you can unmute him.
Can you please tell me when this case was open? I take care of my children. I've always taken care of my children. I have no problem taking care of my children. I just want to know. So if you're telling me I have an active child support case, when did this start?
Mr. Price, how much money did you pay this month for the support of your 2 children?
Nothing.
Okay, so you have just established you're not paying child support.
And last month,
I don't even
paying child support.
This is unfair because she is keeping my children from me.
That has nothing to do with this case, Mr. Price. Child support and visitation are 2 different things.
I got you.
You are allowed to go to court for visitation, but that does not relieve you of child support.
Absolutely, I agree. Absolutely.
Okay, so you need.
So can we please?
Ma'am, this excuse to us. He ain't seen.
Okay, ma'am. So.
Okay, so Mr. Price, I think, do you understand that you need to be paying child support now?
I absolutely do, but this abandonment needs to be dismissed. You're telling me I have an open case. I knew nothing of it. My lawyers knew nothing of it.
Okay, I'm sure you know that ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So you need to
I'm
just
not
go
saying
ahead.
that I'm ignorant of the law, ma'am.
Yes, you is.
I'm here for an abandonment of owing.
I'm working for you,
ma'am. And I'm not trying to dodge. I always take care of my children. And what we're here for is she lied and say I owe $15,000 in arrears.
Okay, but you have to understand that has nothing to do with this court case. So that's
what I thought I was here for.
Well, no, it's not. We are trying to do current support, only current support. So what I need for you to do is to start paying your current child support obligation of $207.83 a month. So I know you were not aware, but now you are aware. So I just want to make sure you understand that. Yes.
Can I ask you a question? Where was this dollar figure brought up from? How is this a magical $200 figure brought up?
Apparently that was the amount that was set back when you were paying child support.
Ma'am, it's remodified. Is what I've been trying to say. It has been. I went to the child support office yesterday to remodify it because it's been over 3 years. So he will actually be paying more. Whether they're going to set him up to pay, I don't know, because I don't know as far as his work and how much he's getting paid now, because the $217 was the minimum amount because he had no job when they established the order. So now that he is working and has been working and not seen a dime in years, they have modified it to where it would be more. So the $217 is the minimum. So, but they are modifying it more.
Yeah, that's all we have on our record. So that's what I need. That's what I need to get started.
Ma'am, hey, ma'am, you said something in other cases about paternity. Nothing paternal has been established for one of the children. So can we order that?
Child support.
That's what you said earlier in the case.
Hold on. I'm not disputing anything. So, Ms. Carson, I'm sorry, you're muted. I'm not sure what the age is of the other child, but what is that issue still open? Ms. Carson.
I don't know if you heard me before. He asked when the case started, and that was in August of 2012. Let's see what we've got here. There's a child. There are 3 children listed here. Child Savannah has been established. A child Shaylin has been established, and a child Chenia. They've all been. Paternity has all been established.
And they're all legitimized. They're both legitimized. They've been established and they're legitimized. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, Mr. Price, if the children have been legitimized, you can't go back in the past and now redo paternity. That has already been determined. Okay, so what I'm going to, well, I'm sorry, Miss Redmond, when is your upcoming court hearing? Do you have one already set?
No, we don't have one. We just went through mediation and nothing has been scheduled for us to return back to court. But I will be going to Superior Court for the arrears. But as far as right now, I just want something established for him to start paying because he has not been paying.
Okay. So, Mr. Price, as I've told you, you need to go ahead and resume paying child support. And I'm going to put you back on my calendar for December the 1st so that we can get this to see if you are paying your child support.
But I don't understand how we
don't want to pay for his kids.
My lawyer and I both researched and we don't have an order.
Okay,
and
I don't know.
You're saying an order.
I don't know if your lawyer has been to Georgia child support. You need to have him go to child support enforcement. Can he ask for you, Ms. Carson? I don't know what the confusion is.
I wouldn't be there, but I have a copy of the order and I can email it to him.
Okay, that'd be great. So, Mr. Price, why don't you provide your email address to Ms. Carson? You can do so privately in the chat and we can move forward because I've got a lot of other people who are getting frustrated with the amount of time that I'm spending on your case. So I need for you to understand that on December the 1st, you're going to return. I'm going to find out whether you paid the $207.83 on that date. That's your reset date. And that order can be given to you by Ms. Carson. So go ahead and obtain that now. I'm going to dismiss both of you until December the 1st.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm sorry for the delay, but now Mr. Phelps, it looked as if child support was going for a minute and then it stopped. So tell me what is going on.
Yeah, well, it's like our third time on this thing, but you can check the payments. She got her payments. Last time I was in here, I had told you my contractor had failed to pay us for like a whole month. So, but I had said I was gonna pay $774 last week when I was in here in court. I forgot exactly what day.
So he paid for September and October. So now November and December need to be due. So I just assume give us the court date for December and make sure that November and December
payments. And
then wait a minute, I can't hear when both people are talking. Okay, so I'm glad that you got caught up for September and October. So what we, just like Ms. Barrett said, what we need is a court date for December so that we can make sure that you have paid your November and December payments. So I'm going to put you down for the 15th. Are there any issues with that, Mr. Phelps?
Yeah, she knows she gonna get her money. Why we gotta keep coming to court? This is taking away money. This is taking away time and money.
Okay,
it's
now
like,
you have to
okay,
Mr. Phelps, settle down. I wanted you to clearly understand why we are here. We are here because we've had long gaps of time where the court did not do anything, and during that time, you accumulated $13,580 worth of arrearages. So if you want me to trust that you are going to continue making regular payments, I have got to keep this on the calendar for a while so that I can evaluate. But 2 payments on time does not establish a history of making frequent payments. So do you understand that? Okay. So I have you set for the 15th of December, and at that time, I'm going to be evaluating to see if you have made your payment for November and your payment for December. And if you can maintain, consistent payments, and what I mean by consistent is not a lump sum of $774 the day before court. Rather, I need to see the $362 paid in November and then the $362 paid in December so that I can see that there is going to be some consistency, and then I can make a determination. Okay? So I will see you on December the 15th. Have a great weekend. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. That's your last name. Okay. So I actually see that you made your payment for August, September, and October. Are you making these payments yourself, or are they coming through an employer?
As always, I make my own payments.
Okay. Well, you've been doing a great job. And I take it that Miss Jones is happy because she's not here. So I'm going to just go ahead and dismiss your matter. And I would appreciate it if you can just keep this up so that we don't have to drag you back into court. Okay?
Yes, Judge Scott.
Okay. You have a great weekend, and thank you for your cooperation. Nolan,
you as well.
Here? Okay. Bye-bye. I still just have Sherry Nolan. Do you have any updates for me with regards to Mr. Nolan Sr.?
I sent him the email link, but I didn't think he was going to show up.
Well, I do see $29,000 worth of arrearages, so that kind of gives you an idea.
He said it would take years for anybody to do anything about that.
Well, I mean, I'm going to just ask you, do you want me to go ahead and do a warrant?
I would.
Okay. Child support or Ms. Lanier, did anybody hear from Mr. Nolan?
No, Your Honor, I see a note here on 10-6 that he failed to appear for court and told the CP she could come in and sign a warrant.
Oh, okay. So, So did you come in and sign your side of the warrant yet, Ms. Nolan?
I can come today.
Okay, you come on in and we'll go ahead and move that forward, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, then. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
No, Your
You
Honor.
too.
And is Miss Latoya Jones, if you could present yourself. Okay, I do see you. And did you hear from Mr. Powell?
No, Your Honor. I do not have any kind of connection with Mr. Powell. He avoids me at all costs. I tried to reach out to his family members. Nothing. So it's been years.
Okay, and I show we were getting some payments from an employer back in July, but Ms. Carson, do you have any idea did he leave that job or it just stopped?
Just stopped.
Just stopped.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so did you want to come on in and sign an arrest warrant?
I most certainly do. And even when there are payments being made, they're inconsistent. We have 3 boys.
Okay.
So, and even the money that he does pay isn't even equivalent to what is owed every month.
Right, right. I can see that. Okay. Okay, if you can come on in and sign that warrant, we'll just go ahead and move things forward. Okay?
I need to come today. Can I come today?
It's open every day.
Okay.
So it's really up to you. If you need the address,
Yes.
Ms. Lanier can give it to you in the chat.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Okay. So
Thank you.
You're welcome and have a good weekend.
I'm here.
Okay. Oh, can you turn on your camera, please?
I've been trying to.
You should be seeing a message to start your video. Oh, there you are. Oh, it's very dark though. Are you in a place where there's no light? I cannot see you.
I am.
Okay. Okay. So I am showing a payment in October, but the amount is significantly less than what the child support amount is. So can you tell me what is going on, Mr. Stinson?
Ma'am, I'm paying for 2 kids, so if I send something, it's not gonna just go to her, it's gonna go to my other child as well.
Okay, well, that's not a reason. So, you know, and you've got a very low child support amount, especially for this child. I'm not sure about the other one.
Together it's $500, man, with no job. That is not a low payment.
That is a low payment.
For 2 different kids, I got an order for one for $255 and another one for $257.
Yeah, count your blessings. Those are considered low payments in this day and age. So you
Well,
should be able to work a
Miss Harris
job
been
that
receiving
would
payment.
enable you to do that.
Miss Harris has been receiving payments, ma'am. I mean, I've been sending when I can. I sent some last night, as a matter of fact. Like, Miss Harris been getting payments, Your Honor.
I'm only getting $50. Yeah.
Right. That's not.
What
If you're getting a week, do the math. If you're getting a week, do the math. You know how to count, right?
Wait, Mr. Simpson. Okay, now we're gonna have to settle down now, because the issue is that $50 a month is really not child support. That is not enough for anyone. I know these children are probably older, but that would not even supply diapers for a month. So that is not a significant amount of child support. And $217 is not substantial. You should be able to work a job that would enable you to pay both of these child supports. And if you're not able to do it with one job, you need to get a second job, or you need to get a job that pays more money. That's the solution. The solution is not to just say that you're paying child support. So tell me what you're going to do to improve your situation. Oh, if you could unmute Mr. Simpson, please.
Your Honor, for the record, the other case received $55 on each of those same dates.
Okay, yeah. Okay, do we have Mr. Simpson muted, or does he have himself muted?
He has himself muted.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the parties that we have waiting until he can get himself together. So, Mr. Carrington, I believe we were waiting for Miss Coma to show, and she has not. Did we hear from her? Anyone in the court know if we have heard from her at all?
She answered the first time we did roll calendar call, but she hasn't answered since.
Okay. I'm just going to reset until the 15th of December and see where we are then. Mr. Carrington, please continue to pay child support. But there's nothing I can do without her testimony at this point. Okay, so you are dismissed. You're free to go.
I did have one question, Judge.
Oh, go ahead, Mr. Carrington.
With me being essentially on time and paying on time, et cetera, since our last hearings, you said that you were going to reset it for another hearing to show that I was paying, voluntarily, not just coming out of my VA disability months back, and I've been doing my darn best.
Well, now I don't see any payments for the month of October.
Your Honor, he emailed me proof of payments. He made 11/2, payment of 5/14.
Disability came late on October 31st of this past month. So
okay, so do we have 650 for October?
No, it wouldn't work out to be that way because it wasn't anything for October. Well, if he made this payment just yesterday of $514.
And one was for $150. I seen you two separate confirmations. One was for $500 and one was for $150. The total was $650 was made yesterday.
Okay, are you able to see that, Ms. Carson?
I can't even hear him. What he sent me, unless there was something else that I missed. Maybe
he says there's an additional payment of.
Oh, okay, I see. There's another one down below. I see it now. Okay, for $170.
Okay. So with that, Mr. Carrington, I am going to go ahead and dismiss. You are going to maintain this, though, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Your matter is dismissed, so you are free to go. Enjoy your weekend.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and then
you would go back to. I'm sorry, Judge, for cutting you off. Position number 1, Mr. Stephen Berry and Miss Howard.
Right. Okay.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me just find the right paperwork. Yes, Stephen Berry. And now I think the issue in your case was Mr. Berry kept going in and out. Is Mr. Berry here now? I do see an iPhone and another phone.
He's there.
Mr. Berry, I have to audibly hear you. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with your volume, but I did lip read and I do. Okay. So it looks like this is a brand new case, but Mr. Berry, you've not made any payments on it. So now you're already accruing an arrearage. So tell me what's going on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I hear you.
Okay. Like in the first hearing, I said I can only do $200 for right now, and they wanted to bypass that. So of course it's going to be in arrears because again, I stated that I can do $200 like I've been doing for right now.
Okay, so now first of all, I'm not. If you're saying that you're paying $200, I'm not seeing it. Where's this money going?
No. I was telling the court I can only afford $200.
Well, it doesn't work that way, Mr. Berry.
Can I say something?
Well, I don't understand. I don't understand how it doesn't work that way when you come
and then on top of that, in good faith, you didn't even pay the $200. This is not a negotiable thing. The court has determined that your child support amount is $456 a month. It's not up to you to decide what you would like to pay. So my question is when are you going to start paying the court-ordered amount of child support? Mr. Berry?
Let me see about December.
Okay,
can I say something, Your Honor?
Let me just make one thing clear. This is November. So you need to make your payment for November and December, which is going to put you at over $800. So I just want to make sure that if I'm going to move your next hearing date till December, are you prepared to pay the amount that you are ordered to pay?
Yeah, the almost $500. Yeah, I can do that.
No. In December, you will have accrued $456 times 2. Now, let's see.
Okay, so I can pay the 400 and something. Let's say $500. We're not talking about the arrears. We're talking about the current $500. So if I pay $500, that's the concern, not the arrears at the moment. The arrears
but you're not talking about arrears. Mr. Berry, listen to me.
Yeah.
This is November.
Okay.
So for November, you owe $456. And for December, you owe $456. I'm not talking about your arrearages. So if you're going to pay in December, I need $912.
Oh.
It doesn't disappear.
If that doesn't happen, then what? Because I'm telling you, I can get $500 by December.
So, Judge, let me explain.
If $1,000 is not going to be paid, then what?
Judge,
you get incarcerated. But hold on. Let me go back to Miss Howard. Miss Howard, go ahead and tell me.
Let me explain, Judge. Stephen, since our son been born, I have tried to get him to help me with our son for daycare. I've been taking care of my son since he's been born by myself. I've asked him to help me with at least $200 a month towards his daycare. He wouldn't do it. When our daughter was born, he was giving me $200 towards after daycare school because I had got work late. That was only for like 2 months. When I told him, I said, I need more help. He told me that I'm not giving you no money. You're not getting any money from me. If they need something, you call me and tell me that what they need, and I'm going to give it to you. Sweetheart, that's not how it works. We got a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old. I'm trying to take care of these kids by myself. I have fibromyalgia. I have osteoarthritis. But yet still, I'm still working.
Right.
I'm still making money, but I'm struggling. He don't come and see these kids. He even stopped sending them clothes. He stopped sending them shoes. He stopped. And I'm doing this by myself. He don't want to work. He don't want to make no real money. He want to get money under the table and get $50 here, $20 there. That's why he's saying what he's saying. Because he don't want to get a real job.
Okay,
if I
Ms.
got
Howard,
fibromyalgia, if I have muscle spasms,
no,
if I
I
have
understand.
osteoarthritis and I can work, he can too.
Okay, I understand. Okay, Mr. Berry, I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak. Did you hear me? I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak, but I do not want to hear a response to what Ms. Howard said. I only want to know when you are going to pay your child support. And if you pay in December, I need you to understand that it's going to be $912 that I have to be able to see by the time of the hearing on December the 15th.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Now, can I speak?
If it's going to be to say something to what she said, that's totally irrelevant. I don't need to know.
Okay, then why am I here if I can't say anything to some false stuff that she's talking about? That's why I need to get a lawyer.
Matter. I only need child support. I don't need to hear anybody's history. And if you can tell me when you're going to pay child support, I can listen. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and set this for the 15th of December. At that time, I need to see $912. It's preferable that you get that paid by the 10th so that I can see it on the account. Otherwise, there have been no payments made on this case thus far. I probably am just going to have an arrest warrant issued. Okay, so you are free to go, Ms. Howard. Having a great weekend.
Oh, yeah. I was saying, I work from home, so I need to hear, go back on the phone. So I was saying, can we come back to our case? Because I see that Jared.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, ma'am, to interrupt you. When you was talking, he hung up.
I know.
While you was talking, so what do I do now?
He's going to be expected to have paid that money by December the 15th, or else I'm going to just have you sign an arrest warrant.
So do I come back into court to talk to you?
You're going to be back on, December the 15th.
You call me. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. You're welcome. I'm just giving him a little bit of time to think it over and to get his money together, but he doesn't get to pay what he chooses to. We have a set child support amount. Okay, so you have a good weekend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm sorry, Ms. Harris.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. And Mr. Stinson. Okay. Refresh my memory, Ms. Harris. Where did we stop at?
You was asking him when he was going to start making his child support payment, and then his phone cut out.
Okay, so Mr. Stinson, I can't see you
every week, Your Honor. Every week, I'm sending something for my child support. Every week, if you check, I sent something yesterday.
Okay.
Since last night, it's gonna be every week. I'm gonna make sure that I got my child support obligation paid.
So when are you going to increase from $50 a month to the $217
yesterday, ma'am? I'm sending $75 a week for both of my cases, ma'am. So that's not enough.
$75 a week. Okay. Okay, that should work. Okay, so on December the 15th, we are going to evaluate to make sure that money is being received and that it's being paid appropriately, and then we can figure out whether we can dismiss this matter. So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss both of you, and we will
Can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
I just ask one thing though. So I'm paying child support, right? So I'm not going to do my kids like that. But just to clarify for Ms. Harris, I'm paying child support does not mean I have to get the kids every weekend, right?
I can't do anything about that. You would have to apply for, I don't know if you've legitimized your children, but.
No, he don't want to get them. He don't want to get them. He's saying he don't have to get them. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't.
You're saying you're saying the opposite.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to make you do visitation. That's up to you.
Okay, thank you. That's all I want to know. Okay, thank you.
Okay, then. You are dismissed. Oh, go ahead.
Is there some way that I could go to a type of court or something to get us like half and half custody so he can, be responsible for them as well as I am as a custodian parent?
I mean, I would advise you to go, seek counsel. But if somebody doesn't want to take care of your children, why would you want to do that to your
They just love
children.
their daddy so much, and he just
I
made
know,
not that nobody don't want to take care of their children. This woman is evil. I don't want to be bothered with her. You understand what I'm saying? I have no problem. If you ask her, I've been taking care of my kids. They've been born, so they've been on the earth. So we're not gonna sit up and try to like make me look like I'm the bad person. It's like, no, you want your money, you're gonna get it. So don't call me every weekend at your convenience, at your leisure. Hey, you need to get the kid.
Okay, so Mr. Simpson, I'm sure that if you pay the money, that's really the only issue here. So, just make sure that you're up to date, and then, she'll have no reason to call. Okay? So we're going to just evaluate on December the 15th and make sure that it's happening the way you say it's going to happen. And you're free to go. Enjoy your weekend. Oh, I'm sorry. Another question, Ms. Harris? Okay, I'll give you one more. Oh, wait a minute. Who's mute? Okay.
Okay. Do we come back to court December 15th?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to evaluate to make sure that it's being paid. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good weekend. Okay. I still see one more person. Phone first.
Yes, Judge. That is Miss Latoya Jones. That's position 12.
Yes. Quentin Powell did not appear.
Correct.
Oh, I thought we already did. I have it written down as a warrant.
Yes.
Miss Jones is supposed to come on in and sign.
Yes.
Is there any confusion?
I didn't have that down, but okay. So, Miss Jones. Okay.
Okay, you can go ahead and dismiss her. I thought we talked about it. So
we did.
So she just must have walked away from the phone. Okay. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Huh. Okay. Does everybody have what they need? And I'm sorry, Miss Lanier, that your experience. I think the experience last time was pretty good, but yeah, this one wasn't.
Is the recording still going?
Oh, yes, it is.